So, yes, I wanted to talk about the 5 things that the 007 First Light game needs to get right. And yeah, I'm super excited to make this video because this is a James Bond game after all, and it needs to nail these things in order to feel like a James Bond game, right? And so the first is stealth. Stealth is very important in this game just because James Bond is not always going around and taking out people, right? Maybe he is, maybe he isn't, who knows? But I think the things that are important is the social stealth, right? Being able to just casually kind of walk around, taking people out one by one very quietly, or doing it while blending in, right? And yeah, blending in with the environment, and kind of going with the environment and using your environment to your advantage, right? I think that's very, very important, right? And like here, takes one guy out, and you know what? We'll just fight the other guy. Why not? And so that's awesome. Love that. That's just one of the many ways he can do that, right? And obviously using your gadgets to help you while you're doing a stealth section, right? Like, here we go. Here's another clip of it, right? Takes cover here, uses his gadget, right? Kind of to use that radio as like a distraction, right? To lure that guy in there, right? And then now, okay, now I can take this guy out fine, right? And now, walking over to the other guy, right? Instead of taking him out, no, let's just maybe block him in there so he can't escape. That's awesome. Awesome, right? And now my second. The tone needs to feel like James Bond, right? And whether that's being stylish, confident, controlled, cool under pressure, I think those things are very important, right? And, using those iconic James Bond sequences like chasing through a crowd of people in the party or whatever, or driving through a bunch of stuff to get to this guy. That's the kind of stuff we love to see, and the classic just, like cinematic pacing, right? And just not consistent chaos, and letting moments breathe, right? And just seeing what it has to offer, and checking out the cool gadgets and whatever it is. I think it's really, really cool, and just seeing him stealth around, and being that iconic character we all know and love, right? Which is just awesome, awesome, awesome to see, right? And so, yeah, and I think the next big thing is definitely the gadgets, right? This is all James Bond stuff. I mean, come on, the classic watch that could do anything, right? Pretty much. And or when it comes to like exploding pen, the iconic stuff is just awesome, awesome. And I'm so glad they implement it in this game, right? As you can see, there's many ways to distract an opponent, right? Or just get the thing you needed, right? Which is just awesome, awesome to see. And using your environment to your advantage, right? And disguises or whatever. And yeah, it's awesome. It's so cool to see. Again, like here's a clip. Like, should I, yep, use the radio or whatever, distract the guy like we were talking about before, and now let me just take this guy out, which is just really, really cool to see, and I'm so excited to see what kind of other ways there are to take down people, and just the multiple ways there are to get through a mission with your gadgets, I think is really, really important and just cool to see. And yeah, I love that, and as you'll see here in a moment, like another example, using your gadgets to your advantage, right? And trying to figure out how to get around a group of enemies. Like here, uses his laser, knocks down the chandelier. Oh, okay, now I can just walk right by these guys and without them knowing. Awesome, that's really cool to see. I like how they use that. And now, here's a different example of what you could do. Smoke bomb. You smoke bomb. Now you can just run up on these guys, right? And maybe take one out like he just did there, which is awesome. And just, yep, all right, I'm walking away now. It's awesome. I love to see that. And another example, trip mine. Guy walks in, boom, good night. And using your environment to your advantage, like here. Smoke bomb, laser, stun the enemy, run up on him, get a takedown. Nice. Boom. Right? Really just cool to see. I love the many ways you can do this. It's awesome. Really cool. And the chandelier again. Another chandelier, which is just really, really cool to see. And so yeah, my next thing would be the environment. Open world. We all love our open world games, of course. But I'm just curious on how they're going to do it in the 007 game, right? I want to see, the big open worlds. I want to explore and just see what James Bond game has to offer and what you can see, right? And it's just really cool, obviously, this shot driving up. But then the next one, like, look at this, the environment, right? Big chess tournament, a lot of people around, just really cool to see all that stuff, and experience it, which is just, it's just really cool, and yeah, I love to see this because this is what James Bond's all about, right? And like the next clip here in a moment, you'll see again, you know, different environments, like a party environment, which is James Bond, and getting around these different environments trying to take down your opponent. Really cool. Another driving sequence, just trying to, get around whatever, driving long, long ways to just try to get your opponent and get around people. Really cool to see, and I'm curious how many places are we going to see. It's going to be really awesome to see. And like here, maybe like an ocean, he's on a boat again, just all these different environments where he's going to be. It's just going to be really, really fun and cool to see where it takes us. I'm really excited to see. And yeah, just curious to see what happens next. But anyway, now we're getting on to the player freedom and replayability, right? That is a big one, and I think this game is just going to absolutely nail it on the head with it, just because, like I was saying earlier, there are just so many ways for you to go by a mission and just do the mission, right? However you choose to do it, right? And just get through it, right? And find the end of it, right? And that's going to be really awesome to see. And if they ever add New Game Plus or just replaying it in general, it's going to be really, really awesome to see. And I can't wait to see what they do and just how many options are they really going to have during these missions, right? How many ways are we going to be able to go from, going this way, this way, this way, this way, just so many options. I'm just so curious to see what they do with that. But yeah, that's going to wrap up this video for me, and that is 5 things that I think this game needs to nail, right, and get right. And so yeah, hopefully we see all these things happen in the game. I'm really excited to play it in March 27th. We'll see then. And yeah, that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.